Huge shout out to VideoBlocks for sponsoring this video. They have one of the fastest growing and largest stock video libraries with 3 million plus videos, After Effects, and motion backgrounds. This includes the only contributor marketplace which gives 100% of the commissions back to the artist. It's really good to see a company supporting the creators like that, and most importantly, all of the clips are royalty free, so you don't need to worry about copyright. Use the link below to go check it out. We're giving away 7 days of VideoBlocks for free to anybody that signs up through that link, so you can see firsthand how useful of a tool it is. It's honestly just a great resource for any creator trying to up their game. Welcome back, everybody. Over 6 months ago, Origin PC reached out to me wondering if I wanted to do a collaboration of sorts. Obviously, I was like, of course I do. And it took 6 months of planning and scheduling and planning and scheduling and replanning and rescheduling to get this beautiful crate-looking box on my doorstep. Inside of this box is a custom gaming PC with a custom MS Tech paint job in the whole 9 yards that costs over $5,000, and I cannot wait to get it out of here, plug it in, play with it, test it, and take you guys along the way. So, let's do it. And now, making sure it's not hitched on anything, for the reveal. I am so excited for this. Oh my god. That's beautiful. Now we're gonna do a bunch of sexy B-roll and a montage and stuff on the inside, but for now, just look at that. So before we get into the specs and whatnot and into those gritty details, let's turn it on live in front of the camera and look. So it's all plugged in and everything already. Just look at that.
Wow.
Wow. Alright, so now I'm gonna get into the specs because even though the outside does look amazing, the inside is even better. The base system is the Origin PC Genesis with CRYOGENIC cooling. Of course, we also have that beautiful custom MS Tech paint job on the outside. The CPU is an i7 7700K overclocked to a whopping 5.1 GHz with custom liquid cooling by Swiftech. That's sitting on top of an ASUS MAXIMUS 9 Hero motherboard. We also have 32 gigabytes of 2666 MHz DDR4 RAM from HyperX. And that brings us to the heart of the PC, dual overclocked GeForce GTX 1080 Ti's, also custom cooled with Swiftech parts. And in terms of storage, we have dual Samsung 960 250 gigabyte SSDs in RAID 0 on top of a 6 terabyte Western Digital red drive for mass storage. All of the parts there and the ones that I didn't mention are also going to be listed in the description below if you're curious, but as you could tell, those are some beefy specs. Beefy. I like it. And at this point, some of you may be thinking, but Matt, why? And that's a good question. As a lot of you know, all 3 MS Tech team members use Mac laptops. Even our video editor edits every single video on a Mac laptop, but we also all love technology, and that's what this channel is about. And I guarantee you that anyone with a passion for technology would agree that that system is f***ing awesome. And we're not gonna try out Windows. We're not gonna try to switch over to it or anything. We're not even actually keeping this PC. We're shipping it back after we're done making the videos. So think of these videos more as a showcase than a review of this, because as I said, the system's f***ing awesome and it's cool to play with. Now moving into the more benchmark area, the first thing I wanted to check out was actually the temperatures, and that may seem boring, but I've never used a PC with custom water cooling like this. I've used all-in-ones, but never custom. This thing has 3 360mm radiators and a 120mm radiator, as well as a reservoir, and both graphics cards and the CPU are water cooled, so I figured it's probably gonna have some pretty cool results. While gaming, the CPU got up to 98 degrees Celsius on the hottest core, and the GPUs reached 41 and 48 degrees Celsius respectively, and after stress testing, the CPU reached the same 98 degrees, while the GPUs got to 51 and 54 degrees respectively. And honestly, at first I questioned the CPU temperatures. It would hover in the 70s until the loop warmed up, and then it would shoot up to the 90s and high 90s, but then I remembered it was overclocked to 5.1 gigahertz, and that makes sense. So of course I had to do some benchmarks to really test out those specs. Fun fact, I've never actually done benchmarks officially on a gaming PC, so this was the first for me. Turns out it's a lot of playing games, so it's actually kind of fun. So yeah, hopefully I have to do it again in the future, but that said, sit back, relax, and enjoy some sexy B-roll accompanied with that benchmark data. All of the benchmarks were done at absolute max settings at a 3840 by 1600 resolution on this LG 34-inch ultra-wide monitor, which is 6 million total pixels compared to a 4K monitor that has 8 million pixels, so a little context there. Starting with synthetic benchmarks, it scored a 4,326 on Unigine Valley with an average FPS of 103.4. On Geekbench, on the CPU side, it got a single core score of 6,405 and a multi-core score of 21,707. And on the GPU side, it got a CUDA score of 249,773, but do note that was only testing one of the GPUs, not both in SLI. And on to the real games. In PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, it averaged an FPS of 55. In CSGO, it averaged 173. In Hitman Absolution, it averaged 106. And in Metro Last Light, it averaged 86. The min and the max for each game are also shown on the screen now. All in all, the system handled everything I threw at it, even with max settings and at the ultra-wide 3840 by 1600 resolution. So after all that, we're left with one question: is buying a system like this worth it? And that's where I find this product to hit a very specific niche, but it hits it perfectly. A system like this is not meant for casual gamers or just casual PC users. Obviously, with the price tag, it's meant for people that need a lot of horsepower, whether it be a streamer, a competitive gamer, or a video creator, a video editor, anything that uses a lot of horsepower. Well, it's not actually horsepower, but uses a lot of power in a PC. But where this really offers its value is in dependability. With a system like this, you get a lot of support. You have unlimited lifetime 24/7 live chat support from Origin PC. You can get between 1 and 3 years of free part replacement and between 45 days and 3 years of free shipping to ship that system back and get the parts replaced should anything go wrong. And yes, if you're building like a budget gaming PC, anywhere like 1,000 or even lower than that, it's easier just to do it yourself, replace parts yourself, diagnose it yourself. But when you get into these really high-end systems with custom water cooling loops and stuff like that, it's good to be reassured and know that if something goes wrong, there's somebody to help you out. It's good to know that a company is standing behind their product like that, and should anything go wrong in a system like this, they will be right there to solve it and restore it to its former glory. So that's going to be it for this video. Huge thanks to Origin PC for sending out this PC to make this video. As I mentioned, we are sending it back. It's not ours to keep, just to marvel for a few days, and it was truly wonderful. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to see more content, and as always,
Yeah.